So if we look at the first step of the program is why. Why do we want to start a sale? Well, why export? Because we're going to want to gain additional sales, of course, that's one of the big things. We can gain economies of scales if we've got spare production. We can reduce our unit costs by increasing our production quantities. We maybe want to reduce our local market dependency. Maybe we've hit a ceiling, we can't go any further. When we decide that we want to look at new markets in order to be able to expand. Maybe we've reached a monopoly situation in some cases. And another thing that export does, it actually drives innovation and helps us to gain competitiveness, because we see what the markets are like in other countries, what the demands are like from other countries. And we may even pick up on something from a different country that we can bring back to our home market, so that we can develop our own product. But of course, in the end of the day, the main thing that we're all looking to do is increase our profits. We're looking to export so that we can make more money in the end of the day. So the first thing we need to look at is why export? Is export right for your company? What are your motivations to export? If it's just that you want to put pins in a map, or you want to travel, you think business travel, to different countries will be exciting and interesting. Well, believe me, I've done it for years, and you soon lose that gloss of the travel, and it's just difficult. You spend a lot of time in airports, you spend a lot of time, wasted time, and getting business in export markets can be difficult. So just to travel is not a reason to want to export. You have to have the right motivations. You have to want to increase your business. You have to want to put the effort into it. Export shouldn't be seen just as an add-on to your existing business. It's an integral part of it. So if export is part of your strategy, then that's good. That's the way to look at it. But you also need to look at what are you looking to achieve, and over what period. How long are you prepared to invest in your export journey? It may not happen overnight. You may have to spend some money to actually get into the market and be patient to achieve what you want to achieve. So have an idea in your mind about what that period looks like. What are you looking to achieve? And within that, you need to assess what is your attitude to risk. How much risk do you want to expose your company to, basically? Because whenever you export, there is some risk. There's some risk of costs. There's some risks of credit risks and so on that can occur depending on how you do business. But there's always an element of risk when you're looking to export, when you're going somewhere unknown into a new market. And you also need to understand what resources you can allocate and the time frame that you can allocate them. And by resources, we don't just mean money. We mean the people within your organization. Do you have spare capacity to take on new roles or to new additional work? Or would you need to increase your staffing? What does that look like? What kind of costs would that involve to the business? So you need to look at exactly what resources you do have, and who you can allocate, what you can allocate to your export business, and the kind of time frame that you can put that to. The other thing is your organization ready for exporting? We come across many clients that want to export, but they haven't really explored their home market as yet. They haven't reached a critical point, and it would just be detracting from their concentration on their home market. So are you ready? Is your business ready? Are your people ready? And is everyone on board? Everyone needs to be on board with this, all the stakeholders, of course, in the business, but also all the staff. Talk to them, make sure everyone's aware of what you're planning, where you're going to go, and what their feelings are about it, and how they can help, and what their roles will be, what you expect from them within that export drive. And one of the key things you need to look at is, will exporting affect your current business? If you're going to lose business in your home market because you're allocating these resources to export, then you really have to assess if that's worthwhile. Are you going to make more money in the export market, or are you going to make more money in the home market, more margin? So really think about whether you can effectively export your products into new markets.